Okay, it's doing the thing. I knew it. So here she is. Will need to get replaced. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's a little something. So everyone, welcome to, well, the BMW 7 Series, and not the 7 Series that I daily drive at the moment. In fact, this isn't even actually my car. This is a customer car of someone who lives quite local to me. I'll be honest, I saw their car as I was driving past, and I used to have a 7 Series like this. It was a 740 IL. And I absolutely adored that car. And I had to ask them, would they be willing to sell it? But as we started talking and stuff like that, they basically said they didn't want to sell it, but the car does need a lot of work, and they're looking for someone to restore it and bring it back to the former glory that it was. Because the story is, at the moment, the car was driving fine, and unfortunately, I think I'm gonna assume somewhere to do with the sunroof, or somehow or another there's been water damage to some of the modules, and that's just started a snowball effect of the car not wanting to run right. So at the moment, it's a situation where with me, I gotta figure out what's wrong with the car, get it running right, restore it up a little bit, and then we can look at getting the car nice and finished for the owner. It's going to be interesting of a project. This car is so well kitted out, so I wanted to show you all a little bit around the car, and then kind of potentially show you the problem with it. And I hope it has enough battery so we can kind of go through it, but if it doesn't, oh, we'll figure it out, guys. So here she is. Yeah, definitely a little bit ill at the moment is the best way to put it, but beautiful interior. This is the two-tone. It's got the full extended leather dash. We've got the blue piping along all of the leather as well. It does have the M Sport steering wheel, which is one of the best steering wheels you can ever drive with. Seriously. We've got even the individual trim all throughout, and as I mentioned earlier, this is the extra legroom spaced rear seats area. So we've got a little bit longer of a door. We've got sun visors all around the rear, and I don't think, well, okay, this one's missing just at the back here. There's normally another one that goes there, but we've got this guy, which if it comes out, there we go. We've got the little footrest. This door does not want to stay open. Table, vanity mirrors, a little bit of everything, but as you guys can see, there is so much mold, and this whole headliner will need to get replaced, so that does not look good at the moment. Oh, and it's got the reclining rear seats, which doesn't really fully recline, it just means that part of the back changes around. But you can see just there what it says. It is the V12. Now I'm going to see if the car starts up. I don't think it will, but one way to find out. Oh, we got some life. Whoa! Okay, let's see how it goes. Oh my gosh, it sounds absolutely beautiful right now. What? Okay, this is so strange. Let's open this bonnet and let's have a listen to it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's a little something clicking around in there. No. Now the bonnet has been unlocked, but now the bonnet doesn't want to open. What on earth is going on right now? You can hear it going. Come on, bonnet. Oh, we got one side loose. Okay, that side's loose. This side doesn't want to come off. Here's hoping. Has it loosened? Unfortunately, this corner of the driveway is becoming a little bit of a dead car zone. So 1, 2, 3, and then R32's over there, and my dad's Mercedes estate. But hey, right. My gosh, she's running good. Okay, I'm a little bit embarrassed right now. No, I'm not embarrassed, but so at the moment the car sounds absolutely beautiful, which is so weird. But when the owner brought the car over, it had the lumpiest idle you have ever heard. It sounded like an old school V8, and one that we both struggled so much to try and figure out what the problem could be. I have a feeling it might either be electric, well, let's be honest, there's only a few things that it could really be: electrical, fuel, or air. And with the electrical side of things, if it's going to be the ECU or something like that that's giving the car a problem, could be causing this. Fuel wise, if the car's not getting enough fuel going to it, but doesn't sound like that at the moment, that could be the other thing. Or air, if there's any form of like pipe work or something like that, because these cars are old, they have a lot of pipes going all over the place, a lot of vacuum lines and such, and as they get older and as they get more brittle and as the heat expands, they could open up and let air into the wrong areas. Couple of different things, but at the moment it sounds absolutely amazing. I'm gonna let the car warm up a little bit, and in a moment I'm gonna shut the car off and then try to see if I can reignite the issue that we were having before, because I would like a little bit of help with this car. Now with my old 7 Series, it was 740 IL, because it was a V8, it was somewhat easier to figure out what the problems were and stuff. The V12s on these cars, they're not as friendly to work with. So yeah, one of the first things we're gonna have to do is give the car a full deep clean and just strip loads of bits and pieces off. What's really cool is the car does have some coilovers already on it. It does have different wheels. These are just the ones that he's put on the car for getting around and, you know, getting it over here. I'm just saving the others because they got some really nice Alpinas on this car. Okay, so look, it sounds great at the moment. Idling perfectly as well. A couple of other things actually I thought I'll show you around this car. Yeah, the paint is custom faded, but it has the double glazing on the windows, and we've got telephones built into the car. It does have heated seats and stuff, as you can imagine. It's got the widescreen head unit as well, and if I'm not mistaken, it should some kind of something or another flying out of the car. Then it should also have a lot of stuff. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's all moist and wet. That's disgusting. Definitely need to clean my hands in a moment. It's got the rear TV as well. It's honestly so well specced out, this car. Here's the truth, right? If you guys can work with me and help me out with restoring this car properly, we're basically gonna save it from going to the scrapyard. Because at the moment, the car's worth so much in parts alone, being a V12, an extended wheelbase, and all these extra little bits that are so rare on these cars, that I don't want the owner to be like, you know what, it's not really worth saving the car anymore. So help me out, guys, help me out. Now, it does have the engine management light on at the moment, so that's somewhat good. That could help us figure out what the problem is. So you gotta talk to the engine in the old school way, which is just through this diagnostic port here. So gotta get the laptop out at some point and try to read the codes. I'm still so surprised that the car's running and running this nicely. Look at the amount of leaves and everything all over this car. The car has warmed up now, so let's give it a few revs and see how she sounds. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little closer. Okay, so under some more wide open throttle. But then it's revving perfectly fine now. What? The car off. Let's turn it back on and see if it does anything now. This is insane. I'm gonna be honest, guys, that ran way better than it did the first time I saw the car, and I'm genuinely surprised that one, the battery's held this whole time, because it's been about 3 days since the car's been here, not touched it at all, and yeah, it ran beautifully. Not only just that, but turning it off and turning it back on, it ran fine again. So should be an interesting thing. I'll try at some point get the whole misfire and not wanting to run right. It will literally do like 3 miles per hour when you're driving. So yeah, not the most fun journeys to have in this car at the moment. But seriously, isn't this just one of the best looking cars you could drive around in? The long wheelbase, the sleek design. This car is just boss. And I remember driving around in mine, and it was just the coolest thing to be driving around in. Yeah, I'd love to buy another 7 Series like this, long wheelbase. Ideally it's 740iR. I just prefer the V8. I just fell in love with my old one, but this is the Big Daddy V12. It's crazy to think that that is a 750e and this is a 750i. They're both long wheelbase. I might have to get these two cars next to each other at some point and see how it all looks. And actually, funnily enough, that is a 650i, so technically I got 3 BMW 50s on the driveway at the moment. Yeah, everyone, time to wrap up this video. Not done a huge amount with it. I will try and find, you know what, let's try it. I just feel like I need to try once more to get the misfire and stuff off with this car recorded, because it doesn't make sense how it's running so perfectly right now. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's doing the thing. I knew it. I knew I'd be able to capture it. Can you guys hear that? Can you see it? It's running lumpy. I'm hoping it's capturing it. If I do it from here, let's give it a few revs. Let's see if we capture that as well. Oh, did you hear that? So you guys have actually officially seen what the problem is with the running of this car. I don't know what it is. It seems like it only happens once it's warm. Once it's restarted, it does not want to run properly, and you saw how lumpy the idle is. It is spitting, it is not wanting to run properly, or the misfires and the lumpiness of the engine. It doesn't make sense. I see when it does that, it makes me think, how can it be electrical? How can it be the ECU? Because the ECU hasn't warmed up. Unless it does. You guys let me know in the comments. But that's what we're at the moment. I knew I had to try once more starting the car up before we ended the video. Guys, girls, everyone, welcome to this build series. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll get this car running perfectly by the end of it. So be sure to subscribe, because the best thing about this car is I don't have to technically bankroll it. I don't have to pay for all the parts that we're going to need for the car, which means I can continue working on this car properly and keeping the work at a decent momentum for us to be able to get this car nice and finished up. So subscribe, and in the next video with this car, we'll give it an absolute massive deep clean. So I'll see you there. Peace out. Bye.